Yo, what's good, chat boys? When we back, and big breaking news. We're not really now, but like around like 11 to like 12. I was about to fall asleep. I was gonna head to bed. I was already in bed, laying down. About to close my eyes, and then one more scroll. That's what I do. One little scroll before I go to sleep, and boom, it is finally official and has been announced by Shams. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded to the Miami Heat, man. Bro, this is crazy, man. This is actually crazy because honestly, I thought he was gonna go to the Celtics, bro. Because I seen like reports, all over like Twitter and like all that stuff. I thought I said reports like, oh yeah, it's pretty much a done deal, But I guess not, man. He somehow they pull off this trade and now they have Giannis, man. Now they have Bam and Giannis, And let's see who the Heat had to give up. First of all, they had to give up Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Casperis, 3 first-round picks, a pick swap, and a second-round pick. And then the Heat in return they get Giannis, of course, and Bobby Portis, man. Yeah, bro. This is actually crazy, bro. How the Bucks. I don't know if this is a hot take, bro. I think the Bucks, like, I'm only surprised in the future if people will say like, "Oh, the Bucks won this trade." Cause look, man, I like Giannis, man. Giannis, I like his game. He's very entertaining to watch. But these last few years, like ever since his ring, he's been very injury prone. Has been consistent in the playoffs because he's been injured all the time. Last year pretty much missed the entire season. Because of injuries, and he's going to a place like the Heat. He's going to the Heat, where they pretty much gave up everything they have to have Giannis in their team. You know, like hold up, I think it's right here. No, that's a different thing right here. So this is what their new starting lineup is gonna be. They got Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. This is their new starting five, man. And like on paper, this is not a bad. This is not like a bad starting five, but to be honest, bro, it's gonna be Bam and Giannis that carry most of the weight, and they don't have like a good. They don't have like another ball handler. I feel what Miami should do. They should look for somebody for a point guard that could be like a second option to either of these guys, man. Cause Bam and Giannis, man, that's a good duo. That's a deadly duo, man. You got Giannis, freaking nature athlete, and you got Bam, somebody that can score 83 points willingly at any time. Beat Kobe's record. So you got somebody that can drop 83 points whenever he wants, and you got a freaking nature athlete, and then you got some three like all right decent players, and that's pretty much it. Their bench, they don't have nobody in their bench. They gave up so much. They gave up like a lot of key pieces of their team, a lot of backups of their team to get Giannis. This is crazy. I mean, is the Knicks reigns over? No, bro. As a Knicks fan, we're not worried, bro. This is not like this is not keep me up at night. Like I'm not worried. Like I'm not worried about this like trade. I'll be worried on until they get actually pretty good point guard, man. They need a good point guard, and then I'll be slightly okay. There, we should be worried. But like this does not move me. This does not move me, especially because Giannis hasn't been consistent, been injury prone this couple seasons, and if Giannis is off the court most of the time, then this Heat does not reach the playoffs. They barely reach. They didn't even reach the playoffs, but they barely reached the playing games and they lost. So how like if Giannis is not if Giannis is not healthy, then this does not really do anything. This makes them worse. You know, it's crazy, man. And then there was reports that he was supposed to go to Celtics, but it says right here the Celtics were willing to include players like Baylor Shireman and Hugo Gonzalez in the trade package for Giannis, man. Bro, bro. This is, bro. Celtics, you could have had Giannis if y'all would have gave up Baylor Shireman. And on Baylor Shireman, I remember him, bro. I remember him. He had that little run where he was like, bro, knocking down threes like it was nothing, man. And Hugo, I do remember him from the beginning of the season. I forgot what game, but I do remember Hugo Gonzalez. Both of them are pretty decent, prospects and young players that could become something in the future. But bro, y'all could have had Giannis, and of course they would have to give up Jalen Brown. But y'all could have had Tatum and Giannis. Y'all could have, yeah, y'all still would have had Pritchard, Derek White, and now you added Giannis to the team, man. And then maybe these, the draft is like, I think the draft is today. Y'all could have had some sneaky little draft picks. I don't know if they have picks or not. Maybe they do have picks, but I think right. I think they do, but yeah, bro. Celtics fumbled, bro. If I'm be, I was more worried Giannis going to the Celtics, bro. Cause, bro, oh my goodness, man. If the Celtics would have got Giannis, bro, I swear, man, the Celtics cannot let us Knicks just have this summer, bro. Like, but now, yeah, the Celtics, they don't get shit. They don't get shit, and now their whole chemistry is broken because they try to trade away Jalen Brown. And that's so crazy, bro. Bro, Jalen Brown carried the Celtics last season, man. He literally carried it on his back. He was third place MVP voting, and y'all wanted to trade away for Giannis, who, no disrespect, but hasn't been consistent, has been injury prone, and there's really no telling if he is gonna be healthy most of the time, bro. Y'all traded him. Y'all wanted to trade him for a Finals MVP, third place in the MVP, carried y'all whole team last season, bro. This is crazy, man. They try to fucking trade him away, but now, yeah, I seen this right here that there are gonna be bidding wars now, man. I think Jalen Brown's time in Celtic and in Boston is pretty much over. Honestly, this is very disrespectful for Jalen Brown. Even though I'm a Knicks fan. It's the fuck Celtics, right? But I still respect Brown, bro. This guy is good, bro. He carried y'all. He was the reason y'all in the playoffs. Without him, bro, y'all would have probably tanked and hopefully waited that Tatum was ready. Like, it's crazy, man. But yeah, now it's inevitable that he's gonna be traded no matter what. Even if he wasn't traded for the Giannis pick, he did it. He's gonna be traded to a different team, man. So yeah, man. Now it's open season, man, for whoever wants Jalen Brown, bro. Jalen Brown. I guess pick your poison, man. Bro, the Spurs wouldn't mind having you. They will gladly trade away De'Aaron Fox for you. The Lakers, I mean, that would be the ultimate betrayal. But it's, I wouldn't mind that because, the Celtics pretty much disrespected him. That's a spit to your, that's like getting spit in your face, bro. He did so much for this fucking team for him just to be another player to be traded for Giannis. Like, man, who would want Jalen Brown, bro? Jalen Brown, he probably doesn't want to join like a low tier team. He probably wants to be in a team that's in playoff contention and stuff like that. So, all like people, teams like the Bulls, Nets, Pelicans, Magic, Kings, Wizards, maybe we're not the Jazz. He probably Jalen Brown wants to join like the team like the Lakers, man. He wants to join the Lakers, bro. Please, man. Please join the Lakers, man. Luka needs help, man. Luka needs help, please. I fuck with Luka, and if Jalen Brown would can do a duo with Luka, man, I will gladly love that, man. Cause Luka, man, he's my next to Jalen Brunson, bro. He's my favorite players, man. And I'm a Luka fan. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm a Luka fan. Whatever team Luka joins, I'm that fan of that team now. So yeah, man. If Jalen Brown, man, if you can join the Lakers, man, maybe take a little pay cut. We'll get rid of Bron, and also yeah, that man, Bron, is he staying? I don't know what's going on with like the whole Bron situation in the Lakers. Like, I don't know if he's staying or he's getting traded or he's going like to another team. It's probably gonna be, honestly, this is Bron's like probably final season, to be honest, man. But yeah, man, crazy stuff. This doesn't move me, man. Unless they get like a all-star point guard or somebody that they have like a ball handler. This move does not move me. Giannis is pretty much in the same situation when he was in the Bucks, man. Like, dead ass. He's in the same situation now. But now he's at least he's joining. At least he's enjoying the sun, the Heat. He might go to the beach more often. He gets to enjoy the good part of, I guess, Florida, being in Miami and shit like that. But yeah, man, like I said for the millionth time, this is not movie, man. I'm not scared of the Heat. The Heat are, like I said, unless they get a point guard, a good all-star point guard, this is not movie, bro. Bro, imagine Jalen Brown goes to the Heat. That would be so fucking crazy, bro. That would be so funny, bro. I'd be like, okay, yeah. But yeah, this is not movie, man. At most, if Giannis is healthy, they probably get the playoffs. They probably like qualify. I'll say maybe they're like 6. They barely qualify to the playoffs. If Giannis is healthy, because this team, is not really like, you know, moving me. Is whatever, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Giannis to the Heat. I guess, we'll see what he does. Maybe the Heat gets an all-star point guard to join Bam, Giannis. Maybe they could be the new Bron Wade Bosch trio. So yeah, they're just missing another player, and then that trio will be completed. But yeah, man, that's all got for today, man. What do y'all think, bro? You think that the Celtics fumbled this trade? That Giannis should have went to the Celtics instead of the Heat, or that y'all don't really care? The Giannis is still gonna be injury prone, and this move is gonna be the worst that he has ever done. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next vid. Y'all have a good day. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Y'all have a good day. Peace.